Just look at that. Possibly the oldest tart with royal approval. Hi everyone, welcome to Backyard Chef. I'm Rick. Today we're doing some tarts with royal approval. We're making Maids of Honour. Now, Maids of Honour goes back to the 16th century and King Henry VIII, so they say, and it was invented, if you like, created by a maid of honour, a lady in waiting. So these tarts are very straightforward to make, nice and simple actually. In here I've got my flour and I'm using shortening and butter, and that is some sugar, and this is some salt. And we're going to get our hands in and we're going to give it a mix. All at room temperature, nothing cold. And as you know, there's a video on the channel busting the myth of making short crust pastry. So just bring it together through your fingers and thumbs, lift and drop, nice and steady. And then you just lift and gently rub between your hands, dropping back into the bowl. So this is going to give us that little breadcrumb consistency that we want in our pastry before we add our wet mixture. 5 minutes work, that's all it is to have the most fantastic short crust pastry. Okay, that's got it. That's good enough. Okay, in here, water, egg. Give it a mix. Splash apple cider vinegar. Mix up. So like I said, there's a link in the description explaining why we use the ingredients in the pastry. All in there. Turn your fork over. Use the handle. Stir it in. So just stir it in as best you can, and then we're going to get our hand in and bring it all together. In we go. Nice and steady. Just bring it all together. So look at this. We got nice crumbly pastry. All in 5 minutes work. No fuss. Really simple. Now, if you cannot use your hands, because I have some people on here that cannot use their hands, whiz it up in a food processor. Or simply get someone else to do it. Or like I say, the easy way, just buy it. Pastry made. We're going to wrap it in film. I want to leave it in the bowl on the side while we prep the rest of the ingredients. So I'm just going to put my wrap on like that in there. That goes on the side. Just leave it there while we prep our filling ingredients. For our filling ingredients then, we're keeping it a bit more traditional. I've actually got cheese curds. Now you can use ricotta. I've seen people use mascarpone. I've seen them use cream cheese. We're keeping it more traditional. This is cheese curd. And what we have to do is add the zest of a lemon. So here's a lemon, here's a zester, and as you know, you go over the top with a zester, and then you can see exactly what you're taking off. You take no white pith whatsoever, and all you do is turn the lemon round in your hand. So there you go, lemon zest in there. That's going to give it that fantastic freshness in there. Right, we want about a tablespoon of lemon juice. So if I just take that off there. That is going to give us about a tablespoon. In we go. So by taking the side off, we left all the seeds in there, look, for another day. I want to be going in there with some sugar. And we have an egg. Now we're just going to give that a little beating like that. And we're going to add that to that all over there. And we're going to give it a beat. Now using fresh curds like that, I might add about a tablespoon of cream or milk, depending on how dry or how it mixes up. So we just need to cream that in there together. Okay, that's going to cream all right. I'm going in there with my ground almond, or almond if you're posh. Now for me, I want a pinch of salt in there. Salt is optional, but you know, it works. It ignites our taste buds. Blend it in. Okay, that's as smooth as we are going to get this. We need to be putting this together. Chuck that there. Want a little bit of flour on there. And we want to get into our pastry. So I'm just going to split this in half for now. Leave some covered over there. Just give it a little squidging up. We need a pin, and let's get cracking. I'm going to use a couple of these tins. They're actually muffin tins, but they're good enough for tarts. And we're going to have to butter these out. They look like they are non-stick, but they're not. They're terrible. So I've got a little bit of butter on some paper there, look. And we're just going to whiz that round there like that. And we're going to do that other one. So that's nice and straightforward, look. And I'm just going to do that because I don't want too much butter everywhere. So let's even it out all the way around. The next job is to take your cutter, and you can use one of these fluted ones and cut it out. For this type of tart, I go for just a normal round cutter because we're going to fill it 2/3 full and it's going to come up to the side, so it doesn't matter really. So I want 6 in there, look. 1, 2, 3. Idiot. Okay, nothing wrong with this pastry. Give it a good screw up and we can carry on using it. So we've got our lovely little pieces of pastry there. And we're going to take that and we're just going to plop it in there like that. Push it down. I'm going to do that with all of them. So there you go, that's straightforward enough. We've got those in there. Good old-fashioned tarts. Right, the traditional recipes back in the day would have been a raspberry jam. We're not doing that, we're using apricot, if we can get into it. Oh, fabulous. Now, to me, apricot jam works absolutely perfect with this recipe. You can use raspberry if you so wish. So we're going in there with some apricot jam in the bottom. Okay, now I'm using the high sapienza air fryer. I'm going to stick it on. I'm going to have it on for about 160. We're going to do about 160 on this. In fact, we're going to do 165. Let it preheat. We want to put our batter mix in there. We want about 2/3 full. And this is a soup spoon. Absolutely fantastic. Look, they're full, about 2/3 full. We've got a nice thickish pastry crust on there. Very old-fashioned. That in the oven about 15 minutes. In it goes. And we're going to do about 15 minutes and then we'll have a look at it. Okay, let's crack on with the rest. They want a little bit more colour, so I'm going to actually increase the time by 5 minutes. So in total then, they would have cooked for 20 minutes at 165. The next lot that go in, I might alter the temperature a little bit hotter. Okay, that's got it. Let's have a look. Yeah, they're done. We need those to come out of there. So I'll have those out. And we'll have these in. So we're going to come up on temperature 170. We're going to hit the time 20 minutes. Let it do its thing. Our maids of honour that are out, we're just going to let them cool down a little minute, and then we're going to dust them with icing sugar. Well, we'll get them out of there and then we'll dust them with icing sugar. Fantastic. There we have it. Fabulous. Look at those things. Now what happens is, don't worry about the cracks on the top of there. They close in. We do have a little bit of apricot jam that's sprung a leak on these ones, but wow, that doesn't matter. Fabulous. Let them cool a minute, then we take them out. Okay, oh, still a bit warm actually. Just get those out. Fabulous. So just let them cool a minute, and when they're cooled we're going to dust them up with some icing sugar, and then we're ready to go. Mother, get kettle on. I think we're going to have company. Give them a little dusting. Now I'm not keen on too much icing sugar on the top of anything, so it ain't going to be much on here for me. Just give it that little bit of extra, make it look a bit posh. Come on, let's get me cutting through here. Oh, look at that. Just look at that. Possibly the oldest tart with royal approval. Let's give it a go. Oh, come on, here we go. We've got that fantastic apricot jam in there. That is off the charts. That's fantastic, you know. Original recipes, like I say, used to use raspberry, but you know, apricot. It works so well with this, you know, because we're using curds. It's fabulous. You just can't go wrong, can you? A nice pot of tea. That's Yorkshire tea. I've got Maids of Honour. It's light, it's fluffy inside. You've got that apricot jam. Lovely short crust pastry. Worthy of royal approval. I might have saved my head. If you like what we're doing, don't forget, share with everybody. Big thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel. I'll catch you in the next video.